Hey there, this is John from johnloomer.com and John Loomer Digital on Facebook. Today I'm going to talk about a little metric that I'm sure you've noticed by now called talking about this. It's been out there for a few months now, um, and really it's a great thing for marketers, especially for those who do it ethically. And I really want to talk about that today. So first of all, just to explain what it is, I think if we go into the insights, get a really good definition for you. So talking about this, click on that. Okay, so talking about this is the number of unique people who have created a story from your page post. Stories are created when someone likes, comments on, or shares your post, answers a question you posted, or responds to your event. Click on the number to see more details. Blah blah blah. So really, what this doesn't include is people who simply clicked your link, someone who just saw your story, someone who saw your ad, someone who clicked on a video, looked at your photo, any of that stuff. Basically, it's got to be an instance where they not only saw your content, they interacted with it. In other words, they were talking about it. So that's pretty important, and I want to talk about why that's important. So previously, you could see a lot of people would go out. They started a Facebook page, and they're like, "We need to get as many likes as we can. No one's going to respect us until we get a certain number of likes. And once they see that we have 500, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, 100,000 likes, they'll respect us and they'll automatically like our page." In some cases, they were probably right. But so they're going out, they're buying likes, they're going through these silly tagging sessions where people were going on a spree of liking pages they had absolutely no interest in, just to base is kind of a reciprocation type of thing, and creating hollow numbers. So a lot of people like your page, you don't care about it whatsoever. So now what we have is a way to differentiate those two types of pages. Now, if people actually interact with your page, you know it immediately. So if you stumble upon a page that has 10,000 likes, but 20 people talking about it, you know it's probably either artificial numbers, or it's just not an interesting page. Maybe they dropped it. It was originally interesting and no longer is. So it's pretty important to keep that number at a decent level. But you also have talking about this for individual posts, which I find very helpful. So now I look back through my last week's worth of posts and I can see what people talked about the most, but also what people talked about the least. And so for me, the two of the things that people talked about the most were photos. I only shared photos twice during the week, but people talked about it. And in each case, there were photos that were pretty personal. So one was of my 3-year-old, another was looking out my front door after 2 feet of snow. And what people didn't like was when I was sharing links written by others, or when I was sharing stuff that wasn't about Facebook in most cases. So does that mean that I stop sharing that type of stuff? Not necessarily, but I keep it in mind, especially as I look at stats in the future if we get the same kind of information. So really, this is it's good in a lot of ways. First of all, it separates the ethical from the unethical. So you got, but it's beyond that. I mean, it gives you a truer sense of how many fans you actually have who are interacting with you, as opposed to this number here. And beyond that, kind of gives me a kick in the pants. If I see that number dropping, I want to change things up a bit. And then when I go to a page like this, I can see what types of content are shared the most and least, whether it's video, photos, whatever, but also the subject matter, and can really help me in terms of my strategy and how I approach it in the future. So that's talking about this. For more on this story, you can go to the link below or at the top, or go to johnloomer.com or John Loomer Digital on Facebook. Thanks.